Alright guys, so awesome battle between the best pixels on the market with the 5A and the 5. So let's go right to it. Now both these phones have a lot in common on paper, but in actual use there's a ton of differences. One of them being a pretty big price difference. Now for the first test, boot up. We have a slight advantage for the 5. Alright guys, now for the specs. The 5A is a larger screen, but the 5 is a faster refresh rate. Now both phones have the same cameras on the front. And on the back, both phones have the same cameras. Both phones have the same storage, and no micro SD. The 5A has a much larger battery, and they have the same chipset, but the 5 has more RAM. The 5 has a stronger water resistance. Now at the bottom, both phones are Type-C. And the 5A has a headphone jack, while the 5 has wireless charging. Both phones support 5G, and the 5 is more expensive, and also older. Alright guys, let's get to it. Alright guys, get into it. So first you have Reddit. Pretty similar. eBay. Again very similar. YouTube. Again pretty close. Instagram. So not expecting much of a difference for the basic apps, but there will be bigger differences later. Amazon Shopping, again, very similar. So yeah, RAM is not going to come much into play here. And of course, both have the same chipset. Now, for gaming, so first up we have PUBG. Now this is a minor advantage for the 5. Fire Emblem. Very similar. Next you have Fortnite. Alright, so minor advantage for the 5. Temple Run. So far the results making sense here. I mean, the 5 has a bit more RAM, it's a bit faster. PVZ. Oops, one sec guys. Once again, PVZ. Slight advance for the 5. And final game we have Real Racing. Yeah, so for basic apps they were split. For gaming, very minor advantage for the 5. But I can tell you guys, most of the other tests are going to have a bigger difference. So stuff like the speakers, the battery, and the multitasking. Okay, so another minor advantage. Next you have Geekbench, which run in a few. And now for Chrome. And as always, going to quit the web history. Actually, looks like we have to apply an update. Alright, so I just had to apply an update, but first up, IGN.com. Yeah, very similar. Think the 5A. IMDb.com. Slight advantage for the 5. Yahoo.com. Slight advantage for the 5A. Nintendo.com. And slight advantage for the 5. Yeah, so no surprise for Chrome, very split. But the next few tests are going to be pretty different. Golden Empire, no copyright music. Now for the speaker. Both phones are dual speakers. So firstly the 5A. And 5. Yeah, so the 5A gets a lot louder. And Masami. Now, neither phone is the best quality, but the 5A gets much louder. But yeah, as always, tell me your preference. Okay, so now for the fingerprints. Now, I found that fingerprints on a phone are better than Face Unlock, just because we're still using masks. But yeah, no surprise, extremely similar. And also both are very accurate. Now for battery. And we'll just bring up Amazon. Alright, so we'll be back in a few. More than 5 hours in, let's go and check in. So a nice advantage for the 5A. And I want to say guys, both of these phones, great battery. Definitely better than most flagships. Alright, so now for RAM. So back to the start. Advantage for the 5. Now keep in mind guys, the 5 more RAM. Back to eBay. Nice job for the 5. Let's try for Fortnite. Okay, so both hold it, but we're not going as far back. PUBG. Yeah, so here's the difference, guys. So you see the extra RAM does make a difference. Try for photos. Instagram. Again, nice job for the 5. Real racing. They're both hold it. not going as far back. And now for Geekbench. Alright, so for single we have advantage for the 5A, but for multi we have advantage for the 5. That of course is because of the RAM. And just do a final couple here. So YouTube both refresh, Amazon both refresh. I mean, this is a difference for, both did pretty well overall, but now we're seeing some restarts. But if we don't go as far back, let's just try, we'll do PVZ. Yep, so right there's a difference. Now for the camera speed. Been using these Pixel Buds daily and they're pretty good. Both pretty similar. Now for the front cameras. Now the only option for this is 1080p 30 FPS. So obviously it would have been nice to have 60 FPS, 4K, stuff like that, but hopefully at some point in the future. Now for the rear cameras. And the stabilization. And switching to the wide. So there's a look at the wide. And once again, the stabilization. And here's a look at the maximum zoom. Alright guys, so let me know in the comments below which phone won. Now in terms of which is better, I think that's debatable. So if you want a larger battery or wireless charging, if you want a larger screen, or a faster refresh rate. But in terms of better value for your money, it's really no contest. So $450 versus $700. I mean, honestly guys, the Pixel 5 was never really a great deal, even when it launched. But at $450, the 5A is an excellent deal. But yeah guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, subscribe for more. And be sure to check out my last comparison between two flagships.